Hundreds of Netflix employees did a walkout in protest of the streaming platform's controversial Dave Chappelle special. And the special we all know is called The Closer. The workers, who are organized by Team Trans. So the walkout is organized by a group called Team Trans. And they say they believe the special is transphobic and are calling for Netflix to remove it and commit to releasing more intersectional content. Intersectional content. Protesters streamed from the company's Sunset Boulevard building around 10 a.m. on Wednesday morning. They held a rally to underscore the importance of responsible content offering that prioritize the safety and dignity of all marginalized communities. According to organizers, the employees walking out included Netflix Most Team, a social team dedicated to the company's LGBTQ content. Now, they're saying that his content needs to be more responsible, right? But wouldn't it be more responsible not to have a man on TV kissing another man in the mouth in front of my children, in front of your children? Wouldn't it be more responsible not to show a man and a man having a baby? Wouldn't it be more responsible not to see a pregnant man, Lil Nas X? Wouldn't that be more responsible not to show something like that to the children? See, that's what make it BS. This man is telling jokes, but at the same time, every other commercial we see on TV, it's men walking, holding hands, kissing and being lovey-dovey in the park, the way that women and men should be. But you're saying his content is not responsible. If you ask me, his content is calling it like he sees it. So how could you fix your mouth to say that? Dave Chappelle doesn't get to suck the joy out of this moment. This is a moment where we are coming together in a unified effort. Activist Ashley Marie Preston, who is a transgender, said on Wednesday's rally, this is a moment where we understand that it's one for all and all for one, and we don't stop until justice is brought. The protest comes after extreme unrest at the streaming giant, with several employees and actors speaking out against Netflix and other employees claiming they were suspended for criticizing Chappelle's special on social media. The company said none of its employees were terminated or reprimanded for their comments and maintains all employees are entitled to their own opinions. Chappelle's special, The Closer, premieres October the 5th and features several jokes focused on transgendered individuals. Gender is a fact. Every human being in this room, every human being on earth had to pass through the legs of a woman to be on earth, Chappelle said. The comedian also made several seemingly derogatory comments about the genitals of transgender women and said he previously punched a lesbian in a nightclub. The special drew intense criticism from the LGBT community, which accused the show of targeting transgender people and potentially inciting violence against the community. Netflix maintained that Chappelle's words did not cross the line on hate and would remain available on the streaming service. Now, let's think about this punchline that Dave Chappelle said. He said gender is a fact. Every human being in this room, every human being on earth had to pass through the legs of a woman to be on earth. Facts. Dave Chappelle also said he previously punched a lesbian in a nightclub. Now, was this lesbian butch? Because we know facts that some of them get aggressive and act like men and get up in men's face, even though they're lesbians. And I did a story on that before. It's okay for whatever gender you decide to recognize yourself with. That's your own business. But you can't be a woman acting like a man and jumping in a man's face. And then if he punches you, now you're saying he punched a woman. You can't do that. And it's the same thing. A transgender man can't act like a woman and beat up my girlfriend, and it's okay. Because I'm going to look at him as a man. He's not going to beat up my girlfriend, wife, spouse, etc., whatever you want to call your significant other. Not knowing that he's a man just because he wants to identify himself as a woman. That's not going to happen. Not on my watch. But mainly getting back to the story, you notice how they pushing the line hard on Dave Chappelle, right? They're saying they're not trying to get him canceled. They're saying they just want him to be respectable with his choice of jokes, right? But when you look at it, to me, it seems as if they're trying to get his show canceled. So that's the same thing as canceling him. You're going to cancel his money. You want them to pull his show off of Netflix. But at the same time, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there agree with me, if he's been irresponsible, they're being irresponsible too by showing men and men kissing on every other commercial, women and women kissing on every commercial, allowing men to get in women's sports and beat the dog shit out of somebody's daughter, and you got the nerve to worry about him and some jokes. I don't think it's fair. I think it's a crock of BS. But we're going to wait and see. And as of now, Netflix is holding their grounds, and they definitely should. We have to look at it the way we look at it. And that also goes for the people that's against Dave Chappelle, which would be the transgender LGBTQ people. You have to look at it. You guys get to put out all these commercials the way you want to. You put out movies, buck breakings, and any kind of movie. Most now, every other ninth movie has something to do with transgenders or homosexuality. So what's the beef? What's the qualm about? You feel me? So I just don't get it. I'm pretty sure you have transgender and gay comedians. They can tell jokes about straight people. And I guarantee you won't no straight person get up there and be mad about it. So we have to be careful of how we try to come down on people, but you can do the same thing, because it's no fun when the rabbit's got the gun. And with that, I'm going to say this is the news in you. North, east, west, south, unite from every alley in Cali, intersection and back street. Subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up on your way out the door.